Honorable Shavyanja, for a prayer, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Master Chair. Let's pray. Almighty God, who by omnipresence sustain and direct human destiny, institute governments of men and women, we praise and thank Thee for this beautiful land, Namibia. Let this abundance, blessing, and wisdom therefore descend upon us here in this National Council, as we grant and we and grant that we may humbly and responsibly deliberate on all matters entrusted to us for the upliftment and the welfare of the citizens of this country. We ask all this in the name of our Lord and Liberator, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Let us affirm. I solemnly affirm that I will be faithful to the Republic of Namibia and its people. And I solemnly promise to uphold and defend the Constitution and laws of the Republic of Namibia to the best of my ability. So help me God. Thank you. You may be seated. Honorable members, I just want to remind you that we should sign in for now up to 15 minutes. The signing in will close. Honorable members, before we continue, I want to do the message of condolences. As we all know of the dark cloud which fell in the house of our chairperson, Honorable Lucas Mua. Honorable members, the National Council hereby informs the Namibian people of the untimely passing of Ms. Margaret Mua, the beloved spouse of Honorable Lucas Mua, chairperson of the National Council. Ms. Mua tragically lost her life on Friday, the 9th of May 2025, in a fatal motor vehicle accident at 20 Mile Village, south of Rundu, in Kavango. Of the entire membership of the National Council and the Secretariat, I hereby convey our heartfelt condolences and deepest sympathy to Honorable Mua and the bereaved family during this time of sorrow. May her soul rest in eternal peace. By doing that, honorable members, I ask the House to rise and pay a moment of silence. Honorable members, feel at home to the House of Review. Welcome. Honorable members, as we gather here today, we ought to remind ourselves of the profound responsibility bestowed upon us by the people of Namibia, a responsibility to represent, legislate, and carry out oversight in the interests of the citizen, particularly those in the regions and communities so proudly we are representing them. The session marks another important step in our legislative journey. It provides us with an opportunity to scrutinize, amend, and pass laws that respond to the needs of the people and strengthen the democratic foundation. Honorable members, in line with our constitutional mandate, the House will consider the bills referred to it by the National Assembly. It is 1. Appropriation Bill, Bill 6 of 2025. 2. Roads Bill, Bill 5 of 2024. 3. Judiciary Amendment Bill, Bill 1 of 2025. 4. Public Procurement Amendment Bill, Bill 3 of 2025. That is the referred bill. We are going to deal with it. We convene at a time when the country continues to confront complex socio-economic challenges, from youth unemployment, inequality, and poverty to climate change and infrastructure gaps in rural areas. These are some challenges we are going through. The deliberation and outcomes of this House must rise to meet these challenges with solutions that are bold, inclusive, and forward-thinking. What we are waiting from members. As honorable members of the National Council, our work must continue to reflect our constitutional mandate. This is to also serve as the voice of the regions. We are reminded that we are coming from the regions because we are elected there by our people. Now, us coming here, we are regional representatives as honorable members. So this is a very good reminder when always we think about that. So, honorable members, it is to foster meaningful dialogue between the sphere of government. We must uphold the principle of accountability, transparency, and integrity in all our proceedings. I therefore call upon each and every one of us to approach this session with renewed vigor and commitment. Let our debates be guided by the values of unity, mutual respect, and shared vision for a prosperous Namibia. Let us also be reminded that the strength of our democracy depends not only on the laws we pass, but on the trust we earn from our people. We must continue to strengthen citizen engagement and ensure that our legislative process are inclusive and accessible. Honorable members, I am pleased to urge you, honorable members, to acknowledge and submit to the request by Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, during her maiden State of the Nation. It was addressed during the SONA. Let me quote what is that she said. I quote, she says that Namibians place their hopes in us to lead and transform our country based on the promises we made in our victorious manifesto, which must be implemented without failure. In doing so, the Namibian people have directed the SWAPO party and the I, meaning the president in context, to implement the 2025 to 2030 SWAPO party election manifesto under the theme, I quote the theme, Unity in Diversity, Natural Resources Benefication, and Youth Empowerment for Sustainable Development, end of quote. Hence, I'm urging the Council to deliberate and advocate for policies and programs that will close the gap and allow inclusive participation for all in the nation's economic activities. Honorable members, as we turn the page to the next chapter, let us think about the new narrative we would like to write. As citizen of Namibia, we can write the next chapter of our common destiny when we accept what our president normally says that, I quote, and this is a nice slogan, it should not be business as usual, end of quote. Equally so, we need to build on the president's mantra. What is that? I quote, the mantra is, we are too few to be poor, end of quote. I want to repeat this quote. We are too few to be poor, end of quote. That is in Namibia. The population. We are too few. I so also believe that we can eradicate poverty as long as we legislate in line with the 7 key priority areas and the 8 critical economic enablers set by the 8th administration. Honorable members, this is very important. In conclusion, I am confident in your continuous commitment and dedication. Let this 16th session be marked by productivity, collaboration, and progress. Together, let us serve Namibians with pride, dignity, and determination. I now, honorable members, with that declare the 16th session of the 6th National Council officially open and wish you a constructive deliberation. I thank you. Honorable members, that was the statement from the Vice Chairperson. As we are done now with that, I hope we are continuing with our team as usual. Honorable members, we continue with the election of the first Vice Chairperson of the Committee of the whole council. Honorable members, Rule 17 of the National Council Standing Rules and Orders provide that, I quote, as soon as practically after the commencement of every council and from time to time thereafter, as necessity may arise, the council shall elect amongst its members as first and second vice chairperson of the committee of the whole council, who shall be entitled to exercise all powers of the chairperson of the committee of the whole council, excluding his or her powers as vice chairperson of the council. Now, the position of the first vice chairperson of the committee of the whole council became vacant following the resignation of Honorable John Sharela Rikando, who has since joined the National Assembly effective 25th March 2025. Members are looking at me. I therefore call for nominations for the filling of the vacant position of the first vice chairperson of the committee of the whole council. Any nomination? I see the hand of Ngwaula. Honorable Mjindi. Sorry, you are in front of them.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable Member. I stand to nominate Honorable Betuel Chabeyonja to be the first Vice Chairperson of the Committee of the whole Council. I so submit.
Thank you, Honorable. Any secondment? Thank you. Is Honorable Chabeyonja accepting the nomination? Where is he? Oh.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I wholeheartedly accept the nomination.
Thank you. Any further nominations? I see none. There being no further nominations, I declare Honorable Betuel Chabeyonja duly elected as first vice chairperson of the committee of the whole council. Congratulations to Honorable Chabeyonja for being elected as the first vice chairperson of the committee of the whole council. Did I hear how many clips? I didn't hear one. Honorable members, just quickly scroll to the okay. Honorable members, there is some announcements to make. Honorable members, Rule 158 or 158 provides that the Committee on Standing Rules and Orders in Business recommends for appointment of members to the Council's standing or select committees and international parliamentary organizations. In conformity with Rule 158, the Rules, Orders and Business Committee, ROBC, has recommended the following appointments. Honorable Abner Sikongo is to the Standing Rules, Orders and Business Committee. He will be a member of the ROBC. Who is Honorable Sikongo? Yes, congratulations. Honorable Kennedy Simasiku to the Committee on Agriculture, Environment and Natural Resources, and also he joined the Interparliamentary Union IPU cluster of the National Council. Honorable Simasiku. The next is Honorable Israel Hukura to the Committee on Home Affairs, Security, Constitutional and Legal Affairs, and also he joins the Interparliamentary Union IPU cluster of the National Council. Honorable Makana Ipinge to the SADC Parliamentary Forum, SADC PF, cluster of the National Council. Honorable Ipinge. Honorable Anselina Biekes to the Pan-African Parliament, PAP, cluster of the National Council. Honorable Rocco Nguvaula to the Namibia-Russia Parliamentary Friendship Group. Honorable members, that was for standing or select committees. Furthermore, in accordance with Rule 162 of the National Council Standing Rules and Orders, the following committees were having vacancies. Exits should convene meetings to fill such vacancies. These are the Committee on Home Affairs, Security, Constitutional and Legal Affairs, and also the Committee on Agriculture, Environment and Natural Resources. Honorable members, lastly, it is the Inter-Parliamentary Union, the IPU, the SADC Parliamentary Forum, SADC PF, and the Namibia-Russia Parliamentary Friendship Group should also convene soon after the chamber to fill the vacancies, which exits. All those committees I have read must convene after the chamber to do your further work, and you will hear it. Honorable members, thank you very much, and once again I congratulate the members and also to say welcome to all groups. Honorable members, we have also a message from the Speaker of the National Assembly, what we received through the National Council. I have received the following message from the Speaker of the National Assembly. This is that the National Assembly has passed and referred the following bills to the National Council for review in accordance with Article 75(1) of the Namibian Constitution. The bills are: 1. Appropriation Bill, Bill 6 of 2025. 2. The Judiciary Amendment Bill, Bill 1 of 2025. 3. The Public Procurement Amendment Bill, Bill 3 of 2025. Honorable members, the Secretary shall now read the bills for a first time. Secretary.
Appropriation Bill, Bill number 6 of 2025. Then Judiciary Amendment Bill, which is Bill 1 of 2025. Next is Public Procurement Amendment Bill, Bill number 3 of 2025.
Thank you. Thank you, Secretary. Honorable members, we now go to our normal routine. Any petitions? Any reports of select or standing committees? Any reports and papers? I see none. Any notices of motions? I see Honorable Anguo.
Yes, Honorable Vice Chairperson.
Continue.
Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, I hereby give notice in terms of Rule 54 of the National Council Standing Rules and Orders that on Wednesday, 14 May 2025, I shall move the report of the National Council Standing Committee on Education, Science, ICT and Youth Development on the oversight visit to selected youth projects in the Rongo, Kunene, Umsati, Oshana, Ohangwena, and Ochojonjupa regions from 15 to 28 September 2024. So is that me, please?
Please sign your motion in favor. Thank you, honorable members. While Honorable Anguo is taking her seat, we may proceed. The Secretary will read the order of the day.
Resumption of debate on second reading of the Roads Bill, Bill number 5 of 2024.
When the debate on this bill was adjourned on Tuesday, the 18th of March 2025, the question before the Council was a motion that the bill now be read a second time. Honorable Boisset adjourned the debate and he now has the floor. Honorable Richard.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable Members. Good morning. Welcome to Commerce Region. Younger African used to say Venderhoek. Now you can feel the coldness. Honorable Chair, Honorable Vice, Honorable Members, allow me, before I jump to my discussion and my contributions, to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the house. My father used to tell me and say, the mother is a principal advisor to the husband. So therefore, I want to say Happy Mother's Day. Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable Members, allow me to do my contribution on the Road Bill, Bill 5 of 2025, only on few functions that I've identified. That is to constitute the road board, remunerations and allowances, and road identifications. The road bill does not need rocket science anymore. All the members sitting on the road board can understand what the bill that will become an act tomorrow will require from them, that the bill is be understood by ordinary members also, or ordinary person, when they have been appointed to serve on this particular board. On the establishment of the road board, in the previous road board, honorable councillors were also identified by the regional councillors. However, in the new board, councillors are omitted and the new board only constitutes of community members and the administrators. With this one, I would like to say that when you omit the honorable councillors that was appointed on the previous board, I believe that the councillors was also doing their part on the contribution to identification of the roads. And on the other one, the compensation, on the issue of compensation, the board have several criteria set by the ministry, which include setting up of over 2 years period, whereby a remuneration can be given more than maybe 1,000 if it is possible. The road sitting board must also nominate or must be guided with the chairperson, normally from the Ministry of Works and Transport. The allowances that will be given must not be seen by the members of the board as a breaking for their development, but be seen as a necessity and motivation for them. Mostly what I want to say today is that the road board will concentrate mostly on proclamation of the roads, number one, progress on re-graveling and maintenance of the roads. Tire roads must be strong. As we have seen when the rainy season was coming, most of the roads become potholes, if not dams. But we should create the roads must be very strong. And they must be bring up to a betterment standard that the roads must be constantly used for many years. Because in Namibia, we are being known as the number one country with the best roads. Honorable Chairperson, I believe that, honorable member, I believe that members that is going to serve on this board must not inflict themselves with corruption, but must be fair and fair on sitting on this board. I thank you. That is my small contribution, honorable member and honorable chairperson, vice chairperson. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Richard. Any further discussions? Honorable Mbambu, your hand.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chairperson. I also raised to make a contribution on this bill. But most importantly, I want to disabuse the statement that was made by the Minister of Works and Transport, Honorable Nekundi, during the debate that took place in the National Assembly. According to Honorable Nekundi's logic, in his statement, he said that the road's equity should be based on the distance, not on the number of roads, not even on the usage-based equity, but rather on distance. And then he went further to say that there's a myth in this country with regard to access to road. According to his version, the minister said that Taras region has the longest road, followed by Kavango East, and the third one is Harda, followed by Zonjupa. And I want to put the record very straight that Honorable Nekundi, with due respect, is being economical with the truth. According to the statistics that I have, and that statistics is based on 2023. Based on 2023, I will share with you the bitumen road. Because for him, wanted to play politics and bring in, propagating the whole issues. The total kilometers of bitumen road per region as of 2023 are as follows. Taras region, 1,315.4 kilometers. Ocho Zonjupa, 969.9 kilometers. Omaheke, 794.5 kilometers. Omusati, 733.3 kilometers. Harda, 645.7 kilometers. Erongo, 574.9 kilometers. Zambezi, 572.2 kilometers. Kunene, 515.5 kilometers. Endoshikoto, 513.3 kilometers. Kavango East, Kavango West, 424.0 kilometers. And Ohangwena, 387.8 kilometers. Comas, 370.6 kilometers. And Kavango East, lagging there at the bottom, 344.4 kilometers. And Oshana, 139.4 kilometers. While Oshana has the small totals bitumen road length at 139.5 kilometers, Kavango East with 344.4 kilometers has the least amount of bitumen compared to other regions because Oshana is too small. So having that 139 is almost covering the entire region. But with Kavango East, it's a different issue. But now what Honorable Nekundi did, he tried to play politics and also tried to calculate the distance of the gravel road and mix it with the one for the bitumen. I think the president's message is very clear. I listened to the maiden statement, the maiden speech, State of the Nation address of the president. He wants to address the issue of social progression. She wants to see social progression on all sectors of society. She wants to address the issue of skill development. Let her not be sabotaged. Let her not be sabotaged. Our president has a very good vision. Please, even leaders or cabinet ministers, when they make statements, let us not play politics. We are talking about bread and butter issues. Honorable members, while the distance-based equity, which focuses on how far people need to travel to access a road and access, this might also, the distance can also be a very good factor. However, the usage-based equity should also be taken into consideration. The tar road that Honorable Nekundi is referring to in Kavango East, that's a Trans-Caprivi highway. A person who knows Kavango region very well, majority of the resident lives alongside the river. And there's no tar road though, there's a gravel road from Kaengona to Divundu, which is about 190 kilometers. That's where the masses, the electorate lives, along the gravel road. Now it's referring to the statistics of the Trans-Caprivi highway. When you look at the statistics, there are very few people that live along that Trans-Caprivi highway. The majorities are alongside the river, and there's a gravel road there. So to come for a minister to stand in parliament and say that it's a myth when people are saying that we need the gravel road to be upgraded to a bitumen standard, that's quite very unfortunate. We need to be very honest because nation buildings requires honesty. We need to be very honest and not try to play politics with the lives of people. My appeal is for the minister, Honorable Nekundi, to take this message very seriously. That we should not play politics when it comes to the life of people. Ultimately, the combination of both factors might be the most equitable approach. That is, by considering both the distance as well as the usage. How many people are using that road? You can't say if the road is passing through a farm and you want to calculate that distance in the farm. How many people are using it? So we need to combine the two approaches so that we can be able to address the need of all residents and promoting accessibility as well as safety. Honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members, I wanted just on this bill, as we're discussing the roads bill, I want to see equity. We want to see, especially in Kavango East, roads being upgraded to the bitumen standard. We have farmers in Kavango East, farmers. We have a meat abattoirs that have been upgraded to a C grade, but farmers don't have access to road. People are only thinking about this road that you see down here. From Rundu up to the border, there's about 200 kilometers. From Rundu southwards, 200 kilometers. And there's no proper road there. Just sandy road, and farmers are struggling to bring their kettles or their kettles to Mitco. So my appeal is that we need more road to be upgraded to a gravel road, and also we need the Kaengona Divundu road to be upgraded to the bitumen standard. I so submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mbangu. Any further discussions? Honorable Kazongomini, I see your hand. Honorable Kazongomini, I have the floor.
Yeah,
You can proceed.
yeah, thank you very much, my honorable Vice Chairperson, honorable members of the August House. We are talking of a very, very important issue, and it's also very important to us coming from those communal constituencies, and especially the constituency of Aminus, where I'm coming from. And with this new technology now, I'm looking at part 6 of this bill, where they are talking of fences, gates, and motor grids. And then when I'm looking at that part, I'm very, very much really interested in that part. As I'm standing here, Honorable Vice Chairperson, we have incidences in Aminus. First and foremost, we want to thank the government for putting up a bitumen road from Kobabas via Aminus to Aranos. Whilst that road has been constructed and the road to Aminus has also been really completed, so the part of the constituency where the road is now in the hard-up area. But we have a few very serious issues that we have encountered after we have that bitumen road. There are incidences where animals are roaming on that road, And when animals are roaming on that road, there were 2 accidents where cars have bumped livestock on the road. And when these livestock was bumped on the road, the owner of the car that have bumped the animal, the livestock, have taken the ear tag from that livestock and then came to whoever, and then court cases were opened. And after a long deliberation and court case that have went on, the owner of that livestock was found guilty with an approximate amount of up to 600,000 that he needed to pay for the damage to the car and all the other things. And I think there is also a case that is also running now that someone also, a livestock was bumped on this very same road close to Aminus there. And I think there is also another court case running with the owner of the livestock also being in the process of being fined with an amount of up to 300,000 again, plus. And all this is happening because when this road was constructed, there is no fence alongside that road. So when animals are grazing and roaming around, there are no fences that might prevent them from not coming to the road surface. And this makes it very difficult because in our jurisdiction and in our areas, it's not like some of the other areas where livestock may be at night are brought back home and kept in the kraals, and then the next morning people are out with their livestock and then protect them from not coming to roadsides and whatever. Our animals are free roaming animals that are grazing during the day and even during the nights. So it's very difficult to prevent them from coming to roadside because even the villages and the distances from the villages to the road is also very, it's a very long distance. And then it makes it very, very difficult for our people to be all over and guarding these animals not to come to the roadside. But interesting enough in this bill, if I look into part 6, and then Roman or whatever, when number 5 of that part, it is talking that the road authority may be by notice in the Gazette, make it compulsory to fence off a trunk, main or district road. So that is my request now. I wanted to request, as of today, our farmers, we have been in Aminus since 1925. Is when we have been in Aminus. By 1925, there were even no road in Aminus. We went to Aminus because when we moved from the concentration camps, when we were beaten and chased away by the colonizers, we went to Aminus in search of land for our animals and for our peoples to stay and to live a decent life. With the development that comes over years is where we find the vitamin roads. But we say thank you for the development. But the development that is in our area should not be detrimental to our existence as farmers that are in those areas. We are not in Aminus because of any other thing. We are in the Aminus constituency because of farming. If there is no farming in Aminus, then we might migrate to Kobabes and all the other towns for a better living. Currently now we are there because those animals are sustaining us. That is our livelihood that we are having. But development should not come to the detriment of our existence there. Really, we request and beg and a speedy fencing of that road in the communal area. Because our farmers cannot really survive the heavy penalties that are put on them because their animals are bumped on the road. That penalty, 600,000 for a poor, the first, and for a poor lady in a family, 600,000 Namibian dollar that they need to pay. The second case that is ongoing now is 300,000 that they need to pay. Should we now do what for us to survive in that area with the development that we think the development is very important, but can we not fence off the road? And the other thing that I wanted to know, why are these animals not going to be, being given a free roaming right in the area, and for the motor, the vehicle owners also? Because if you go to, most of the time, when you bump animals, it will be in the dark, in the night. What is it that we are looking at? Speeding is one of the root cause of these bumpings. So you just take an ear tag of an animal and then go to your lawyer and start opening a case. Are all these other traffic, whatever, looked at before you go and say that animal was wrongly on the road and you start kutus that we are bumping on the road in the commercial areas? How many people have died of kutus? And who's taking responsibility of all these kutus that is damaging and costing our life on the national commercial roads? And all these other animals, who's taking responsibility? Then you have to go and repair your own car. But because of the animals, the livestock, the cattle, now those that are living there should take responsibility. It does not matter whether in the northern communal, I'm talking of those, all the communal areas. Maybe Michael, honorables here in the northern areas haven't experienced the same problem. But my honorable vice chairperson, in the area of Amini, where the bitumen road is currently existing, we are facing a uphill battle with cars and car owners that are taking us to court, and our animals that have been found there before the establishment of the road. But the act is also make it compulsory to the road authority to erect a fence on that road. Maybe one just what is a trunk? Because I wanted to look at, and then, you know, maybe where the road started, a trunk is maybe where the road has started or whatever. I don't, because I tried to look and Google here and to see what is a trunk, but it, to me, that does not change the price of the banana. The price of the banana is, can we really construct a fence? Because that is a decision that can be made by the road authority, and we are complaining to the road authority that they should establish and fence off all the areas in Aminus where this bitumen road is passing, for us really not to suffer the pain that we are going through now. That is my short and whatever. What is it, my honorable?
You have the floor.
Oh, no, I will not pay attention to what Honorable Shabel is saying. You are newly elected, don't do those. Let us fence off the road, and then we steal the fence. But let us first fence off the road, and then we'll be guilty of stealing the fence. But let us do the first thing, and then the second one will come. If it ever will come one day, and it will never come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Kazangamia. Any discussion? Let me see how many people do want to contribute here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Honorable Kambrude, you will hold to the 2 minutes, or you want us to break so that we come back?
I won't be long, Honorable Chair.
Okay, continue.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Good morning, and a hearty welcome to all my fellow members to the 16th session of the 6th National Council, which I also regard as the best ever National Council since independence. Also congratulations to the newly elected first Vice Chairperson of the Committee of the Whole Council, Honorable Chaveonja. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, I just want to draw your attention quickly to Section 6 of the bill, which I hope that when finally enacted and in operation, that the Roads Board will definitely attend to its duties and functions together with the Roads Authority, and that equity would really play a big role in their modus operandi. I want to state it very clear. I am from Rehoboth, and there's been too many cases nationally where Rehoboth has been treated like the stepchild of Namibia. Rehoboth is the largest town south of Windhoek, but there are other towns much smaller than Rehoboth that's on a national level better developed by the central government than Rehoboth. The Rehoboth Urban East constituency, only the Rehoboth East constituency, Urban East constituency is bigger than the whole of Marintal. But if one look at what national government does for Rehoboth Urban East in comparison to Marintal, my point is, in Rehoboth, we have almost zero road calming instruments. We have one robot on the B1 road. And there's no way you can get in and out of Windhoek from the south other than Rehoboth. Every single truck, semi-trailer, comes through Rehoboth en route to Windhoek, the capital of Namibia.
Honorable Kambrude, can I do justice for you? Because I see you could not make it 2 minutes, and you are still going on. Then we break, and then we come back, and you get enough time to express yourself. Thank you very much, honorable members. We have come to the time of break. Now we break, and we come back at 11. We break.
we broke for tea. Now, the Rehoboth Town Council, they have put up humps in the road in order to calm the traffic. The Roads Authority came and took it out. But the same Roads Authority allows the humps in Okahania. We all know if you go to Swakopmund, that road, you have humps, robot, and so on. Now, it's interesting how one town is treated differently than the other by the same authority. If one look at a town like Rehoboth, you have in the main road, you have 4 service stations. In the main road, you have 4 service stations. And there's no fly-offs, slipways, when you go into the town. So traffic must come to and almost stand still in the main road and then turn off. Those that does not turn off has to wait until then. But the Roads Authority, for some reason, does not care. Now, I would really like to pay them a visit and take them to Rehoboth to come and do that. We stand to lose a huge investment from a national agricultural institution who wants to put up a massive operation in Rehoboth. But the Roads Authority have got issues with where they need to turn off and where they don't need to turn off. Now, there's an offer by the institution to assist with the road calming effects where they would want to turn off. It's a little bit north to Rehoboth. It's not within the real parameters of the town itself. It's a little bit outside the town, behind the auction crawls. But for some reason, it's just now. It seems if some people have this thing is, as ek so gesê het, sal it so wees. If I have said so, it will be like that. Now that is one thing that I would really like the Roads Board to, and also looking at the information that Honorable Mbangu brought forth, that they look into those things, go around, acquaint themselves with the real issues on the ground, and then advise. The last thing that I would like to mention is our roads are credited to be the best in Africa. And for that, I'm really thankful because there are many tour operators that bring tourists to Namibia. Some in buses, some in self-drive convoys, etc., etc. And many a time they put up great videos on social media, commenting on the roads, and the comments are always positive. Our roads are clean, our roads are good, the resting places are clean, etc., etc. But there's one very disturbing thing that came up, and one Namibian addressed a specific tour operator for this reason. This tour operator, as much as he uses our great roads, continue to refer to Namibia as Southwest Africa. Now the name Southwest Africa has got a painful memory for us. And this country's name is Namibia. It may have been known as Southwest Africa then, but today it is Namibia. I have seen the person has sent me a screenshot on how he addressed and asked, can you kindly not do that? Because it takes us back to a painful time. And that tour operator had the audacity to say that the knife cuts both ways. And there are some people in Namibia that despises the name Namibia and refuse to call this country Namibia, but keep on calling it Southwest Africa. Now let me tell you, if you don't want to call this country by its legal name, please leave. Go somewhere else. If you don't want to call it Namibia, because Southwest Africa is a direction, it's not a name. If you, no. It has not got nothing to do with being a political party. I'm a Namibian and I'm a patriotic Namibian. As jy nie my land sê, as jy nie my land Namibia wil noem nie, moenie hier bly nie. Don't stay here if you don't want to call my country Namibia. Or don't come here, because it's not, this country is called Namibia. And if that tour operator think that the 5 and 7 vehicles that he brings twice a year is sustaining this country's economy, he's making a huge mistake. Never mind the credit that it gives our roads. Let us understand each other very properly. I don't care whether you SWAPO, LPM, PDM, who you ever are, this country is Namibia. You don't want to call don't talk to me, referring to my country as Southwest Africa. Because I've got a painful history on that name. Let us stop that. So that is lastly on the road bill. I will definitely go to the Minister of Tourism. I will go to the Minister of Home Affairs, and I will go to the Prime Minister, and I will ensure if that person doesn't stop, he must be declared a persona non grata in this country. Because in South Africa, listen to me, in South Africa they had a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and their race relationships are worse than ours. We never had something like that. Because in this country, we look for, please talk, Lord, don't do that, man. I let it talk. Let me talk.
Honorable Kambrude, Honorable Lukaezi.
Done. I'm done.
Honorable Lukaezi is done. Huh? Your point of order is done. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Kambrude. Honorable members, any further discussion? I see the hand of Honorable Abraham.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson. Yes, I arise to contribute to this very important bill under discussions, because our road and our country ranking #1 is a very good road in Africa, but still there is a certain challenges in our road, which is the ministry want to be addressed by such a bill under discussions. Because they want to replace those old laws. For example, Ordinance 17 of 1972 and the Ordinance 30 of 1950. It's addressed by such a bill. Then I think we are not getting enough time to research on it. So I decide to postpone the discussion until Wednesday on the 14th of May. So I submit, Honorable Vice Chairperson.
Honorable members, there's a suggestion to postpone the discussion up to Wednesday and 2nd May. So the discussion is postponed up to Wednesday. Honorable members, before we go to the closing, shall I remind the members for what we have announced, that after this chamber, we go to our different meetings, and our clerks, I hope they will direct us where to meet. So with that, honorable members, that was the order of the day. I shall now call upon the Chief Whip to adjourn the House.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable Members. The House stands adjourned until tomorrow 9:30 sharp.
Honorable members, you could make noise. The Chief Whip was speaking. Honorable Chief Whip, with humble, can you repeat our adjournment? He has the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice Chairperson, Honorable Members. The House stands adjourned until tomorrow 9:30 sharp.
Thank you very much. So the House adjourned.